Okay, I want to discuss a different template. Now, most all the pages run off the Smart template. However, there are a few that do not. There's another kind of template that I built, and that is the list template. Now, if you look at this one, this is webinars. Okay. If you'll notice, these things have, just a series of these. Each one of these is a separate entry by the users. They can add or subtract or edit these, and they can do them. So for instance, let's talk webinars, okay? So remember that, and anatomy of a fight. So what we do is we can go and go look at webinars over here, and when we click on this, we see anatomy of a fight, okay? And here we can see the picture and we can see the text. Ever since we aired Anatomy of the Fight, the mentor community has been buzzing about the proper way to animate a punch. Okay, good. Boom. So, so what happens here is, if we go to read more, you can see that ever since we aired Anatomy buzzing about, okay, this is the actual page. But if we go back here, we can see that okay, so this is the excerpt, and the excerpt is what shows up in the list. Okay, so the excerpts are the actual text. Hang on, I'll show you. Excerpt shows up here. So what can you learn from Animation Mentor? Lots of things. Let's go look here. So what can you learn from Animation Mentor? Lots of things. Okay, but then the actual page you click to is up here, and here is the picture you see. So you kind of see how this all goes together. So this is interactively populated by the user when they go in and edit the actual page in their user interface. Now, this template is also very flexible, but it's designed to service this kind of list display mode. Now notice up here we've got a bunch of text, then we've got a big picture, and then we've got a bunch of stuff. Okay. Now we're going to go to ebooks, and we're going to notice that there's no big picture, that these are much bigger, that the pictures are bigger, etc., etc. Yet this also uses, I'll show you. This also uses the Smart template list. Okay. So the list template services both, well, actually all of these. So let's go back and look at webinars again. Notice much smaller, big picture, etc., and yet it's flexible enough to do both. Now let's go to podcasts. Now we see again the text and the picture, just like we saw with webinars. But now we're actually seeing, look how different this is. We have downloading of the actual podcasts, and we have the ability to actually go play a podcast. Okay, so these are very different, and these also, by the way, are driven. Let's go to podcasts. We go to podcasts, and we can see here that Carlos Baena. So we can see again, here's his picture, and here's the information that the user put in, and they didn't have to mess with any code. Okay, so now let's go look at tips and tricks. And tips and tricks, look at this. This is different. Okay, so this has a highlighted one, a featured one, plus most popular here, and no picture but 2 text blocks, and a body that looks much like webinars. Right? Those kind of look the same. But anyway, all 4 of these are driven off the template, the list template one. Here, we'll go to tips and tricks, and I'll click through, and I'll show you that they are actually Smart template list. Okay? So the users can modify this. Now, here's the thing. The way they modify it is, look at this. Content source comes from tips. Okay? That's how you specify which database to pull from. Footer type is full, although I don't think we even use that anymore since we forced them. List style is the tips list style. The menu type is full. Social widgets are on. Top style is the most popular. And the widget name is the resources sidebar. And we can see that the widget name is the resources sidebar. So we specified this, we specified full menu, we specified the tips type that was embedded in here, and all of those things are configurable.